So I feel like it's been generally established with most of the people on the panel that because of what we do for a living, being porn stars, it's made us like undateable and unworthy to men and being respected by them. But my question is, if that's what makes us unworthy, then what's making you unworthy to men? Because you don't sound like you're getting respected either. So like, what is it?
She's picked the wrong men, but I don't think that's...
Yeah, but that makes it a men's fault then, not a woman's fault.
No, it can still be my fault. I never said that those men not wanting to date me was their fault, or that it's... But I mean, you can definitely say that it's your fault that you do porn and that you're never going to get a husband, so...
Well, one, I never said that I wanted a husband. I'm single by choice.
Right, but you're saying that men don't respect me because I have nothing to do to gain... I didn't do anything to gain respect? Is that what you're trying to insinuate?
No, I mean...
That by being a respectable woman, I'm doing nothing to gain respect from men. By having a normal occupation and job, that I'm not doing anything to gain respect?
Well, your definition of normal is like totally your own definition.
Is it my own, or is it the rest of the world's also, and you're the minority of women that thinks the opposite?
It's just your opinion, babes.
I think that's wrong.
Keep going.
Yeah, I think the rest of the world definitely thinks that women that have normal jobs that don't sell their body online are respectable.
Did you personally take a poll with the rest of the world?
No, I don't need to.
I think they did. There was a poll, and the poll unanimously stated that you don't wife up. What's the fucking saying? You can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Yeah.
I think they did a worldwide poll on
wow.
that.
I don't remember being a part of that, and I do think that I am part of the world.
You didn't receive the poll?
No. Oh my God. So maybe it should be redone.
You didn't receive the wifing up a hoe poll?
You're also the statistic that wouldn't be included in it, though. You realize that, right? Because you can't say I wouldn't marry myself.
Sorry, hold on just a sec.
$100. $1,000 if you go on a date with Layla. You must produce pics.
I love you, child.
I would do it for money.
Okay.
Purely for money. And then, boom, we'd go on the date. Nice to meet you, Layla.
That is sex work.
Goodbye. That's not sex.
That is sex work.
That is not. I don't think it's sex.
It doesn't matter. You're selling a sexual service, which is a date.
This is what we'll do.
Sexual.
It's gonna be a date in the studio, a one-on-one podcast. We're gonna live stream it, and we will go on a date. Yeah.
No,
Yep.
that's not what they want.
That's the date.
They want us to go on a real intimate date.
Oh.
They don't want us to do no fake podcast date. They want a real
if you
one.
want to drop 1,000, we'll pop champagne, but I don't know.
No, they want a real date.
I'll do it in the podcast studio.
I'll
do it in the podcast studio.
No.
So we'll live stream it because I need evidence in. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Go. You guys continue with your little back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Did you have any other questions, or did I answer it for you? That why I deserve respect?
Well, I mean, I personally, from the things that you've been saying, I don't respect you. So, I mean, there's that.
Right.
And
why? Why though?
Why? Because
I don't agree.
No, because you come off very closed-minded about it. Like, you've asserted your statement as if that's fact. That's all that fact is. And if anyone has a differing opinion than yours, then they're wrong and they don't deserve respect.
Yes, because I don't need to open my mind to something I already have deemed immoral.
But see, I think people like you have an immoral mindset because you judge other people's based off your
own. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the world would be a better place if every young girl did porn?
I think the world would be a better place if every young girl had the confidence to do it.
No, that's not what I asked. I said, you didn't answer my question. I said, do you think the world would be a better place?
I don't think every young girl should do porn. I think it's
so you would think it would be a worse place,
sports,
right?
Those are professional sports
and
players.
You're good at
Stop. One at a time, please. Molly, say your point. Kelly wants to come in, and then we'll have Emily go.
In this world, we have people that have talents, and those people...
Talent?
Yes, they have talent.
Everyone can
talent.
No, everyone can't take dick like Molly.
No.
You cannot take dick like Molly.
No, you can't. It's a talent. And people have talents. People are good at specific things in life. And those people go into professions.
Let's watch the tape video on this later. But do you think
porn stars are good at sex. And if you're mad that porn stars are good at sex, then you're just jealous that your pussy is inferior.
It definitely does come off
and stinky.
It comes off
porn
like
star
you're
pussy
jealous.
is inferior.
And stinky.
people whose pussy is not porn star pussy, their pussy is inferior.
It does come off like when you get upset.
Actually, the opposite, because
for sure.
Your pussy is over here on the internet. My pussy has been seen by
people worship my pussy.
Nobody worships my pussy, baby girl. Nobody worships my pussy.
Brian worships her pussy. She has a huge labia. He loves that shit.
Yeah.
Brian has a big labias matter.
Yep.
He loves pussy. He worships labias.
People.
I could pull up my DM.
People like to just bust in
Chat. This girl just said that people don't love pussy.
Stop interrupting Kelly. Kelly, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying that she thinks that her pussy's being worshipped, but it
is being worshipped
by multiple people.
Yeah, people pay for it.
Good for you.
Thank you.
You're a hoe.
It's free.
Yeah, that's my job.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that you know that, and I'm glad that you're happy.
I'm very happy, but you seem really bothered.
I could
by
pay $10.99
for doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it more.
No, I'm
just to bother you.
I'm just saying I make as much money as you, and I don't have to pop my pussy open.
At least I don't judge other people.
I'm not but you just said that my pussy is inferior because I don't do porn. How?
You're less experienced.
Wait, did you mute
actually
the audio?
Okay.
You can have sex the exact same amount of time.
You can't suck dick like Molly for sure. You just can't.
I can't what?
You can't suck dick like Molly. Like no matter how experienced you think you are, like you just can't.
I don't need to. I don't. That's not one of my things.
I get that. No, I'm not judging you at all. You don't.
There's a lot of other things that I can do that are better than sucking
and that's
dick.
Valid, and I'm happy for you. But you do have to say this. She can suck dick better than you.
It's my profession. I take pride in it. I'm great at it. Like I'm an A-list porn star. Okay?
Guys, one at a time.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So did you guys get into porn because you thought that sex and sucking dick is your talent, or for financial reasons?
Is that the only way that you guys can get men to like you?
No.
So what else is good about you guys besides your pussy and your head?
Why are you coming so hateful?
Wait, you seem really bothered by
this. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
No, you're not.
Because you guys were questioning
Guys, one at a time. Hold on. Sydney, go ahead. Emily, then.
I was gonna say, because you guys are saying that, but you were questioning her values.
Yeah.
So,
right.
I mean.
I think she was questioning her values.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah,
no,
you were.
I thought it was.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you was you.
Emily, go ahead.
My bad.
Go ahead, Emily.
So you said people worship your pussy because they pay for it, but I could also pay $10.99 for a bucket of chicken. Does that mean I'm worshiping it? No, it means I'm getting my lick of chicken for a minute, and then we're gonna go and move on.
Out of all of the food places, you chose chicken. And you chose to pay $10.99 for that chicken.
I'd rather have that chicken than see your pussy.
Yours is probably like $4.99. It's also free.
You subscribe to that chicken's OnlyFans if that's what your kink is.
I just don't think you should be hateful to someone. You can judge them.
No one's being hateful.
Like your response to what we do for work
if
says
you can.
way more about you guys and
just
your
asking the question because I don't agree with the moralities of it.
Being a whore is not immoral, but being judgmental is.
But do you see what you're saying already?
But you don't have to understand it. You just shouldn't be hateful.
I'm not being hateful.
You should explain your opinions in a very like sweet, like understanding way. There's no need to put someone down.
I don't need to be understanding about whores and how they make their living.
You don't hear like the hate in your voice because like you can say I don't agree with you. I think what you do is wrong.
I'm sorry, but I don't look at whores like I don't hear it like that. No.
Like calling us whores, that is judgmental.
But you guys call yourselves
and you're such a hypocrite for it.
No, but you guys call yourselves whores. Didn't you both admit that you guys are whores?
You're saying it with a negative connotation.
No one has been hateful to you this entire time.
I'm not being hateful. I'm just agreeing with what you guys are saying, right? You just called yourselves whores.
So you're agreeing. Okay,
I agreed with you guys that you guys are
why are you
whores.
being hateful?
No one's being hateful. I'm just agreeing with what you're saying.
I think we
so
can all
me
agree
agreeing with you guys calling yourselves whores.
That's not what I said. But I think the way that you speak can be definitely a little bit more respectful.
Maybe to you guys because you guys.
I mean, if you don't think that human beings
take pride in
deserve
respecting
respect,
people.
like that's
that's
on you.
I think that Brian can say I don't agree with what you do, and he says it in a very respectful way. Versus being like.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I did call you.
No, you do, but you never like go too far.
It was an endearing.
Yeah, you know how far to go. But I just think don't put someone down because you don't disagree.
I just think you guys are getting bothered by it because you know I'm right.
I think that's very opposite on who's getting bothered.
Okay.
There's nothing. I'm not bothered.
Can you answer my question?
I'm not bothered by. I'm just agreeing with the fact that you guys called yourselves whores.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So did you get into porn because you thought that you had a talent at sucking dick, or because of financial reasons?
Wait, I would
what was
actually
the
love to
motivation
answer
behind
this.
it?
She probably has a great answer.
Okay. Oh, you want to answer
yeah,
this?
I'm gonna answer it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the reason why people get into porn is obviously going to vary depending on who you ask. For me personally, at the time, I put a lot of pressure on relationships and men and all of that, having sex with them. So for me,
Wait, why?
Because I was young. I was 19 when I started porn. I just turned 19, so I was basically 18. And like in high school, I just put Like, I grew up very closed off, so I didn't really start talking to other people or dating until high school, really. And I just felt like I put a lot of pressure on it. So for me personally, I wanted to be able to enjoy sex in a fun way and be able to profit off of it and be able to take that, like, oh my God, does he like me? Is he respecting me? Is it this or is it that? And be able to turn it into something fun and enjoy it instead of always stressing about it.
That's valid.
Okay, so it's for the fun.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I think I was also really young when I joined, and I thought it was going to be something I enjoyed, and I did enjoy it, but I learned really fast that I wasn't made for porn. I can't take dick. Like, Molly's a fucking porn star. Like, y'all can hate her all she wants, but she's a fucking porn star.
I have a talent.
And I couldn't take it. I couldn't handle it. I had to start. If I could finish, please, sorry. I had to start doing it like once a week, and then I just like couldn't, and then I started streaming, and I enjoyed it better. And I have no hate to anyone that does porn. I have no hate towards anyone whatsoever. But, you know, for me, I was like erotic modeling, as one could say, like more professionally, just like, you know, like professional like nudes and stuff, and I was doing that for OnlyFans, and I like sex, and I knew I was good at it, and I wanted to try it, and I did like it at first, but it just got a lot really fast, so I had to get out of it pretty soon.
But why did you start?
Because I was doing OnlyFans, and I enjoy performing.
Why did you start OnlyFans?
I enjoy performing. You know, at first I did camming, and I loved camming. I love talking to my fans. I love being naked. I'm a nudist. I go around the house naked.
So would you do it for free?
I feel like no one's born
maybe not
liking being naked on the
internet.
internet.
You know, but some people. Have you ever been to Vegas?
Okay.
It's a whole different world.
Honestly, like, the exhibitionist kink does exist. I love fucking in front of people, especially people that don't know I'm fucking in front of them. Like, when I did the bang bus, I was looking this lady.
Butler donated $99. You can't do corn without getting genital herpes, as condoms do not protect from it. If the industry tested for it, there would be no industry. How can you claim your lady parts are superior when they're infected, rancid, and I can smell them from here?
Okay,
they do test for that, though.
Actually, no, they don't test for HSV.
Oh, yeah.
So first of all, just by a show of hands, who here has either had mono or chicken pox when you were a kid? Nobody's had chicken pox?
I've never.
You get a vaccine against it.
Wait, do they give you the vaccine, or do you just get...
Some people get it. Some people get the vaccine.
Usually it's like when you're a
give you a
kid.
vaccine for that.
I think
Yeah,
it's
when you're a kid,
required.
like
It's required to get a vaccine for it to go to school now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I went to school a long time ago, but
he's had it
so
before.
if you've had
you're
chicken
only
pox
22.
or if you've had mono, that is herpes. Herpes is a virus, right? So there's more than 8 different strains of the virus, but 2 of those, being HSV1 and HSV2, are the ones that will produce sores or blisters, right? So for me personally, I had HSV when I was a little kid because I used someone's chapstick, and that's how I got cold sores, which is herpes. So if you guys have ever had cold sores,
That was super well spoken.
Well, yeah,
never had
but
one.
you mentioned that there's different kinds. So there's the one that's a bit more prevalent, which is the one that manifests itself in cold sores on your lips orally.
Yes, it's 2
However,
kinds.
I think the one that people are really, really trying to avoid, and granted, I think also if you can't, and also you can get, is it HSV2 that's, fuck.
Grid 1 Motorsports donated $99.
Thank you, man.
The chick that can only make money selling her only asset on camera does not respect the young lady that adds value to society, and no real man values how good you think you are in bed when anyone can rent it for $1.99.
$1.99.
And I bet you're subscribed to all of us.
What, just
After selling
actually
pussy for
on
$1.99.
Grid Motorsports, all 3 of you have OnlyFans?
Yes.
What's your current cost
Like 15.
for the
$8.99.
subscription? $8.99?
$7.99.
$7.99. Okay.
Damn,
So going back,
Chipotle is more expensive
So
than that.
yeah, I could get a shirt at Ross for what you
See,
guys
do
are
you not
saying
think
is
this
so
girl
much more superior than all of us.
Like,
Everything
everything
else
that comes out of your
Guys,
mouth
one at a
shows that
time,
your
one at a
character
time,
sucks.
please.
Oh my gosh, they're getting so mad.
No, I just would never
Like,
ever
you-
speak to someone
Yeah.
like that.
I
My
just
character
said that my
sucks, but yours
Chipotle
is
bowl
based on
costs more
sex,
than
so
$8.99.
I don't
get
get
haunted by someone
speaking,
who's
speaking of
focus on what they
Chipotle,
do for work.
speaking of Chipotle,
I do.
Kelly,
And that's why you're a bad
do you
person.
kind of miss the what was the chicken that they recently got rid of? It was the
Oh, I don't like chicken. I'm not like a
You're
chicken,
not a chicken?
girl. I like
Steak?
yeah, I
You
like
do
the
steak?
steak.
Okay.
The
It
carne
was-
asada is pretty good.
what was the chicken that they got rid of?
El
No, I
Pastor?
don't think they
The
got rid of
Al
the
Pastor.
Apple store is so good.
Oh, I never tried it.
The one before
Was
it,
good?
the one before it was very good too.
Oh, the cilantro chicken, like the
it was
cilantro lime chicken or something
yeah,
like
that,
Yeah.
that was a good one. I don't know what's coming. Oh, they got the sirloin or some shit now. It's
That's the
That
kind
sounds
of,
good.
or no, it's
That
the
sounds good.
That's
carne
asada,
asada. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't like that one.
No, that one's pretty
Okay.
good too.
So wait, going back to Jay Butler, we were talking about herpes, right? HSV2, that is the one that infects the genitals, is that correct?
So you can have HSV1 and HSV2 anywhere on your body. So you can have HSV2 on your lips and on your genitals, as well as HSV1 on your lips and on your genitals.
Okay. Well, in any case, I think people don't want either of those.
No, most people don't, but it is very common. Most people do have it. Something about it is it can actually be dormant in your body. So someone that you have possibly kissed, shared any lipstick, straws, anything like that with, that person could have it and they could not know. A lot of people hide it or they don't say anything. So if you've ever had a cold sore ever in your life, or someone else that you've kissed has, there is a chance that you get it.
So, okay, there's a high proportion of people who have cold sores. However, that proportion when it comes to genital sores is much lower. So my understanding is in the industry, you're much more likely to get the cold sores on the genital, or the herpes on the genitals.
Correct. But if you're having unprotected sex in general, which a majority of the population is, that's still a possibility. And even if you are having sex in general and using condoms, it is still possible for you to get herpes.
Yes, absolutely.
So unless you're completely celibate, you are at a risk of getting herpes. And even if you're just sharing vapes or straws or anything like that with friends, you are still at a risk of getting herpes.
But it's kind of different
Wait, how
when
did so go ahead.
Right,
go ahead.
I was gonna say it's kind of different when you're actually like in the industry and literally everyone is sleeping with everyone.
No, definitely not. I think it's the same thing though, because
but we already talked about this previous show. You don't get tested for herpes.
Sorry, I just wanted to mention that. I forgot that was.
Here, can you read this from Jay Butler?
Of course. HSV2 is not like HSV1. It makes you 7 times more likely to get HIV. Litigation, if you don't disclose to partners, rejected by who you disclose with, taking kidney damaging drugs for life if infected. All porn stars have it, including the ones on the panel.
I've never seen that source, nor have I ever heard that from a doctor. So if you could drop the link to that source, I would love to look into that.
Yeah, Jay Butler, I'd actually be very curious to see some of the data on it. I mean, I have heard, I don't know if this is anecdotally or actually seen studies that, I mean, it's almost common sense, but it makes sense to me that these STDs are more prevalent in the porn industry.
Well, sort of. So like I said, with at least just talking about herpes, so cold sores is something that's very common. And like I said, there's really not a difference between HSV1, HSV2, having cold sores or having genital herpes, because either way, you have herpes. It doesn't really matter. If you had chickenpox, you have herpes. It just manifests itself differently. But I don't
see. But this is a very interesting use of language to try to downplay herpes.
I'm definitely not downplaying it.
Yeah, but you're saying if you had this as a kid, but you're referencing different strains, and there's 2 strains in particular, which, to my understanding, I'm not an expert in herpes, are the ones you ought to be most concerned about, and those are the ones that on the lips and then on the genitals.
So
we can talk about the chicken pox and it being within the subclass or class of herpes virus.
The reasoning for me mentioning that and putting that in for comparison is simply to show that I feel like it's very common for people to hear genital herpes like on your vagina or your penis and think like, oh my God, that's disgusting STD. But if you have a cold sore, because like I said, for me, I got it from someone's chapstick, then it's supposed to be more normal. So, and again, with chickenpox, it's mono, it's still herpes, it's still the herpes simplex virus, but it's just a lot more normalized because one's associated with sex and one's not.
That was really well spoken.
I agree. And also something to add on to that, I think the point you were trying to make where like when people consent to having sex with other people who like may or may not have herpes in porn, you're consenting to possibly getting herpes every time you share a straw with someone, share a chapstick, share a vape, all of that. You're putting yourself in the same wheelhouse that porn stars put themselves in every day.
But not genital herpes. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Herpes
You're
is
not putting
herpes.
it. No, it's not just herpes is herpes. Genital herpes and a cold sore are different.
No, babes.
They're
Yes.
both
If you
herpes.
I don't think
have
you're-
if you have cold
Let me look
sores
this
and
up.
then you don't have an active cold sore blister, but let's say you suck someone's
Okay,
dick,
but one
then
obviously
you can
hurts more,
give it
right?
to them.
It can all be
It's
prevented
still
by
an
not
open
fucking that many
sore on your
people.
body, so
Really
it
not
depends.
Yeah, but
It's
one's
like
more
different
disgusting,
stuff.
one hurts more, and one
Like
is
everything
worse to
can be
have.
prevented,
So
not
they're not the
staying
same.
home
Not
and being
necessarily.
around.
I know
all day.
people that get extremely excruciatingly painful cold sores, and then people that don't get genital outbreaks at all, even though
course
they
you do.
know that they have it. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because
so
I
look.
tend to be open-minded and listen and talk to people.
I'm not an expert in this. I just did a Google search. Type 1 HSV1 mostly spreads by oral contact and causes infections in or around the mouth, oral herpes or cold sores. It can also cause genital herpes. That's type 1. Most adults are infected with HSV1, type 1 herpes. Type 2 herpes spreads by sexual contact and causes genital herpes. So again, this is just a very quick summary of what I've seen. Perhaps it could be the case. It sounds like type 1 can cause genital herpes, but it seems like the big one that people really want to try to avoid is type 2 HSV2, which is spread through sexual contact, causes genital herpes. Perhaps it could be, I don't know, the severity between HSV1, HSV2. If the severity of HSV2 is worse, and if people who are in the industry are more susceptible to getting HSV2, then
I would definitely say people in the industry are more susceptible to getting HSV2. But that's one, because obviously our job is having unprotected sex with each other.
Right.
And two, it's not something that is disclosed or talked about in the way that it should be, which is another reason why I'm trying to bring so much information and enlightenment to herpes in this conversation, because a lot of people just simply don't know what they're talking about.
That's valid.
Okay. Oh, and Madison, wait, I want to bring something back to Molly here. You were saying that men worship the pussy.
Mine.
They worship the pussy.
They worship my
the
pussy.
The pussy is worshipped.
Pussy?
And this should be.
The
We
pussy.
should all
Pussy.
worship women's bodies.
But
Yeah.
and Madison whispered into my ear, and she said, and I don't know if I guess this was from your last appearance. She said that you had Madison just left, unfortunately, when I decided to bring this up. You have difficulty getting your partner off. Was that
No, through head. That's my mouth.
through head?
Yeah, but like I've made other guys come through head really, really fast.
Okay.
Some guys just
It's
don't
just
come
like
through
a
head.
difference, yeah. Like,
Especially guys who do perform.
it's like
a
some
lot.
guys when I fuck them, like we can go for like hours on hours, and some guys can't last 30 seconds.
That's
It's
true.
all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.